No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity. I'm here to talk the truth and try to spread a little change. Educate your mind, food for your brain. We all want change. In these dying days, the streets at rage, for the youth must pray. I ain't got time for y'all to tell me nothing. Cats be frontin', that's when you know they know nothing. It's a new world order, so fall in line. Sometime if you listen, it can open your eyes. This your brain on drugs. Let's explain what was, how some get targeted, dragged through the mud. It's our conversation, we just talking the facts. And to those with opinions can reply to that. And I reply you back, but that's besides the fact. It's like time for the show, let's get your mind intact. We can all conversate and lay out facts. It's the No Anonymity Podcast. Let's go. No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity. I'm here to talk the truth and try to spread a little change. Educate your mind, food for your brain. We all want change. In these dying days, the streets at rage, for the youth must pray. I ain't got time for y'all to tell me nothing. Cats be frontin', that's when you know they know nothing. It's a new world order, so fall in line. Sometime if you listen, it can open your eyes. This your brain on drugs. Let's explain what was, how some get targeted, dragged through the mud. It's our conversation, we just talking the facts. And to those with opinions can reply to that. And I reply you back, but that's besides the fact. It's like time for the show, let's get your mind intact. We can all conversate and lay out facts. It's the No Anonymity Podcast. Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of the No Anonymity Podcast. What's going on? Peace, family. It's Sunday. Hope y'all was at church, doing your due diligence, praising the good Lord. Unfortunately, I missed church today, but I hope you went. It's Sunday, fun day. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's been brought to my attention. I haven't been doing my cologne shout outs lately as we're waiting on our guests to pop up in here. Cologne of the day. This is if you're running around, you don't really have, you want to smell good, run in grocery store, you got a quick appointment or something, you've been outside. It's Cuba. Hope you guys can see that. It's Cuba. Shaped like a cigar, smells good. They only like $5. It smells like Jean Paul Gaultier. If you guys are familiar with that cologne, that's the one that's shaped like a torso with no head. That's what it smells like. Smells real good. Only $5. Keep a couple of these in your car, travel bag. But they break easily. It's made, I don't know what this is made of, but if you drop it, it's a wrap. It's going to definitely break. And it's sharp glass. So Cuba, go pick that up. Pick you a couple of these up. They got all different types of flavors. If you guys have not watched that show last week, well, it was this week actually, Friday, about the police compliance, please go over there and watch that episode, man. Good information was on there. Helpful information was on there. Show it to your sons, your daughters, your kids, about complying with the police. That way we won't have so many unnecessary end of lives, so many unnecessary things that could happen if you just comply. A lot of y'all think y'all know the law. You don't. Just comply, man. Ask for ID. Pull your damn ID out. All right. Waiting on our guests to pull up in a few minutes. We're going to get into it a little early. Let's see. If you would like to donate to the channel, help the machine grows. The Cash App is at the bottom, man. $1, $5, whatever you want. If you don't, then that's cool too. You can also support this channel by sharing this channel. Hit the share button, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. All those things are free. Doesn't cost you a thing to hit the like button. Doesn't cost you a thing to share. Does not cost you a dime to subscribe. Okay? Very simple, very easy. Who we got up in the chat? Somebody in the chat super early. Hold on a second. I got my guest hitting me up. I'm almost home, brother. Okay. So you're running a few minutes behind. That's cool. We're gonna chop it up with y'all for a minute. What you guys did this weekend. And a lot of people ask me about that theme song. That theme song was done by my blood cousin, Cairo the Great, man. Super dope artist. I contacted him. I told him the concept that I wanted to use for my podcast, and he just went from there. He looked at the type of content that I was putting out, and he just went from there. That's why when you listen to the lyrics, it's catered to what I'm doing, which is, kicking the truth to the youth, trying to give you a little knowledge, trying to give you something that's some wisdom, not a lot of celebrity BS or all that other garbage that's out here. So if you want to get in contact with Cairo to get you a personal, catered to your podcast theme song, I am about to show you where you can do that at right now. Let's see. Where is he? All right. You can reach him at Cairo the Great on Facebook. Let me show you his Facebook. You guys can go there. Tell me if you can see that or not. If you can see that. Can you see it? Oh, it went out already. Hold on. Right here. I'll also put his link and stuff in the description. Reach out to him. He'll do your personal podcast theme song where you can he'll cater it to what you like. I heard a couple of other people's and I'm like, could be better. Could be dope. Also, if you have a vehicle, boat, anything, head over right here, BMS Detailing, and book you a little session. All right. Tell them I sent you. Okay. BMS Detailing. That's Buntley _/_mobile spa over at Instagram. I believe that's it. I'll put that link in the description too. They do good work, I must say myself. Good work. As we wait on our guests, there's been a lot of great things happening. Not great things, bad things happening in the news lately. Who's that one person that's creeping watching? Hit the damn like button. Type something in the chat. You creepers be creeping me out, man. It's crazy. Even if you don't rock with the channel, I still appreciate you. But engage with the channel, man. Put something in the comments. Hit the like button. Feel like a fish in an aquarium. So wait on our next guest. But what was I saying? You also can go over there and follow me on IG. I put a lot of stories up on there. Got 2 people watching. Hit the like button. You come in, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's Sunday Fun Day. Hope you was at church today, or I hope you did something good today. Unfortunately, I've done neither of the two. Wait, I did do something good today. Heck yeah, I did do something good, but I didn't go to church today. I was saying, if you're looking for a custom theme song, Cairo the Great, man. He did my theme song. He looked at what I was doing with my content, and he made me a dope theme song. I'm already in 10 minutes in. We're waiting on my guy to pull up, and we're gonna get to it. A couple of crazy things have been happening in the news. If anybody follows the news and follow what's been going on, how many of you think an election will take place. You think we're going to have an election this year, or will the shenanigans continue? You see what's going on the college campuses. In my personal opinion, bunch of propaganda. You got students out there don't even know what they out there for. Like, come on, man. Anything to stir up the hornet's nest. But if you think the election is going to take place, man, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't think it's going to take place, just drop a 2 in the chat. I don't care who you're voting for. That's your personal, that's your own business. As long as you vote, as long as you get out there, exercise your right to vote. We're 11 minutes in already. Okay. But today we got my man DJ Voss stopping in the show. Today we're going to talk a little bit about being an entrepreneur, some of the things he got going on. And a fun fact, this man is the first man to give me my opportunity to learn how to wrestle. He put me through wrestling school. We got 3 people in the building. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. Everything's free over here. It ain't going to cost you nothing. Hit the like button. Share. It's free. I know y'all like free. I like free. As we waiting on Voss. But this man that we waiting on, he's the first person to give me my opportunity to go to learn how to wrestle anyway. Because wrestling school, for those who don't know, I'm talking about the wrestling you see on TV, professional wrestling. It costs money. I remember reading an article about Shawn Michaels' parents taking out a second mortgage just so he could go to wrestling school. I went for free, absolutely free. Because this young man that's coming up next believed in me and saw something in me, and he gave me that opportunity. And we're gonna get into that a little bit more once he pulls up on the show. Other than that, how was everybody weekend? Hope y'all had a good weekend. It's Sunday. Sunday fun day. Okay. Got somebody said they're gonna send me some music. If you do want to send me some music, send me some stuff to play on the air to promote you. Go over there to IG, follow me on IG, drop it in the inbox. If you got any ideas, drop it in the inbox. I'm still doing free promotion for all entrepreneurs. If you have a banner, drop it in the inbox. Also with a brief description of what services you provide and what you're doing, what state, what city you're in. I will put it in my community section of YouTube for absolutely free. I believe I have two businesses over there already. Cleaning business from Rochester, New York, and I can't remember what the other one is. But they're over there for free. It's free promotion. Over there, you help me, I help you. Everything is free. Just make a banner. If you don't have a banner, and if I have time, I will make you a banner. Just tell me what services you provide, where you're located, city and state, and I will put that banner in the community section as free advertisement for your business. Because I know how hard it is, especially being a small business owner, trying to compete with people. But last night we went to a small business here in Phoenix, Arizona called what's the name of it? Long Wong something. And the food was amazing. I got a $3 pizza. $3 pizza. I'm talking a nice size $3 pizza. It was real good, man. They got some good food over there. And here's the funny thing. They from where I'm from. They're from upstate New York, the Rochester, Buffalo area. Came down here. I need to see if I can get them on the show. Came down here, opened up a business. They got good food. These are the first people that I've told extra crispy on the wings, and they did it extra crispy on the wings. You hear me? I ain't have to come home and recook them, make them how I want them. They did them right. Smelled like they had some boss sauce up in there too, man. I think I was smelling some boss sauce. I got to go back over there and check it out. Let me see. Who's that? Y'all sound a little congested. Hold on, let me see if this boss here. He said he's coming on right now. You guys hold tight. The brother's finna pull up. Let me get this show going. You know, I kind of dropped the times on how long I talk to people because people have a short attention span. But I had to think about it. Like, this show is not really for that mindset of people. This show is for, I don't want to say, how can I say this? Just put it like this. This show's for people that like to think. Hey, Michelle's in the building. What's good, girl? Where you been and how you been? How your Sunday been? Hope you had a great Sunday. Did you cook Sunday dinner? That's what we want to know. Are you cooking Sunday dinner? Did you enjoy your weekend? What you been up to? What's going on in your life? What's new in your life, girl? It's one of my day ones right there. Let me see what he said. He says he's pulling up. Okay, he's pulling up. Tell him I'm on now. Waiting on him to pull up, and we'll get it going. We'll get it started. But like I said, if you have a small business and you want to advertise on this channel, just shoot me. Just go follow me over there on Instagram, and I will definitely where is it? Follow me over there on Instagram, and I will definitely promote your business. And I'll put it in my community section of YouTube. I have a Rumble, but I haven't been doing much over there lately. I'm gonna start going on my Rumble. Rumble and X are like two of the last platforms where you actually have free speech. Actually have free speech, freedom of speech, that is. Rochelle, what you got going on? She says, I'm great. Sunday cooking dinner. Good weekend, working pretty good. Okay, cool. I've been good. Just doing this show, working. I felt a little congested for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm at a different location today doing this podcast. You don't see the sign behind the usual sign behind me today. What was I? And here's my brother. Here's my brother. Hola, amigo.
How are you, my brother? How are you, man?
I'm
Thank you
good.
for having me.
Yes, sir.
Delay.
Oh, no, you good.
Apologize for the delay. We had a successful open house today. So,
nice.
We're always in the grind. We're always grinding. So
yeah.
And thank you, man. Thank you for inviting me. Congratulations on your podcast. Congratulations on your show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was getting into it a minute. I was gonna say before I introduced you that this man was the only person, and I'm talking about from New York to here, that believed in me, gave me a chance. I'm just gonna give a little quick story about how we met. I saw them average. So I used to box. I was heavily into boxing, but I always wanted to be a wrestler. Always wanted to be a wrestler. My uncle was like, "You're too skinny. You need to just keep boxing. You're good at it. Keep boxing. You have to gain weight." Blah blah blah. So as I got older, started to gain more weight, of course. But I ended up moving down here to Phoenix, Arizona, and I saw an ad in the paper, and it said Lucha Libre Boss Wrestling. I said, I'm about to hit them up, and I was hitting up everybody, and they was charged. They were charging the craziest prices to learn how to wrestle, to go to wrestling school.
Yeah.
I emailed this young man, DJ Boss. He said, come to a show. I'm gonna put you on a wheel card. You ain't even got, didn't know me from Adam's Apple. You ain't even got to pay, just come to the show. I came to the show. I sat front row. I watched the show. I was so amazed and stunned. He shouted me out in the ring. I said, oh man. Then he invited me. He said, hey, you can come. I'll teach you how to wrestle. I'll put you through wrestling school, but you got to work for me. I said, shit, cool. Let's go. And the very first day, let me tell you about this man's spirit, man, how good of a dude he is. That next day of practice was my birthday. Now, he doesn't know me from Adam's Apple. They bought me a freaking birthday cake.
Yeah,
all the wrestlers came in.
The first show, yes.
The first day, all the wrestlers came out singing happy birthday. I said, holy crap. Man, that's just to tell a little bit about his character, man. DJ Boss, brother. I'm so glad I met you, man. How you been?
The legendary leyenda, brother. The legendary leyenda. Doing good. We've been good. Thank God. Thank the Lord. Always. We've been busy. A lot of business. It's a lot of movement everywhere. We're still doing Lucha Voz. We're getting ready right now to do Dia de los Muertos and a couple of events that we do yearly.
Nice.
So in business, right? On real estate and marketing, we stay busy, man. Got an amazing crew. Got an amazing crew.
Nice.
I am not an easy person to get along with.
Yeah.
When it comes to lighting a fire under people's but
Yeah.
I'm blessed that the team that I work with, I'm every day that I wake up and everybody's still on the team. I'm blessed, brother. Man, wonderful people, great business partners.
Yeah.
And everything is intertwined, brother. Everything's intertwined from the DJing. That was my brother practicing.
Okay.
His DJ skills is starting to DJ now.
Nice.
And, to helping me run the Lucha Voz and intertwines with everything, right? Intertwines with promoting real estate and promoting, the businesses that we help promote. We created an organization called Unity Business Network based
Nice.
on our Unity team.
Okay.
And what we do is just like you were saying. I was really proud of you were saying. We promote local businesses for, we don't really charge them. We do like business showers.
Yeah.
Where we go set up our speakers. We promote them for like a week, and we invite everyone we know. We bring some luchadores
Nice.
to the shop, to an ice cream shop, to the little restaurant, to whatever it is, and we just promote it, brother. We just promote it. We don't charge them anything. We just try to get them some business.
Right.
And the only thing we do ask is if you want this kind of help, you just gotta help the next business. I
Right.
better see you at the next one when we're supporting
Right.
the one that came support you. You better
Right.
bring some people.
That's right.
All I'm asking is walk in and buy an ice cream. Walk in and buy a plate of food. Walk in and get some services. Get some. That's it, brother. But yeah, it's been, we've been blessed to be where we are, man, and to know people as wonderful as you are.
Thank you. I see you've been busy with the music at the music company, real estate, the wrestling. So this guy's all over. He's busy. That's why I called it, the power of being an entrepreneur and the freedom. I wanted you to talk a little bit about that. Like, how did you get started? Particularly, we're gonna talk about everything, but we're gonna talk about the Lucha Libre Voz. How did you even get started in wanting to be a wrestling promoter in the beginning?
So I'm from Ciudad Juarez, right? I'm from Ciudad Juarez, where wrestling is big. Lucha Libre, and you're at the border, so you're exposed to American wrestling, WWE at the time, and Lucha Libre AAA, Consejo Mundial, and everything. And I used to train lucha when I was a kid in Juarez. Then I did wrestling when I was here in the United States, and I actually got in a national tournament. I made it to 4th place as far as Greco-Roman wrestling went. So I love wrestling all along, all along. And I moved here to Phoenix in 2012. I didn't even know they were doing lucha, so they had some kind of entertainment like that. And I was already a DJ. I've been DJing for about 20 years now.
Yeah.
And I get a call, or I get an email, a message, a Facebook message from Teresa Suarez. Back then, she was running shows at Plaza Cora,
I remember
31st Avenue, 31st Avenue, and she's like, "Hey, we need a DJ. Our DJ canceled. You want to come DJ?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." I come and DJ, and it turns out it was a lucha show. Okay, so there I am doing, I was just a DJ. So I did my first gig with them, and then she hired me for every week, and I was a lucha DJ. I got to know the wrestlers. I got to know the local guys. Turns out I knew some of them already back from Juarez. I didn't know they were here, and we just reconnected.
Right.
But when I saw the first time, the potential that I saw in Plaza Cora, was a great opportunity. I saw a great business,
Right.
I saw a great business. I was like, this is very unique. We can take this and we can turn it into something bigger.
Right.
Right. And then one day Teresa tells me, like, you know what, I'm done. Things were not going good. She wasn't all in the work that it required
Yes.
in order to make it financially make sense,
Hmm.
you know. And she was running every single Sunday. She was running every single Sunday, bro. Like the
Wow.
expense on that is monumental.
Right.
And you know, she was getting like 20, 30 people, and everybody else was like the wrestlers family. There was just lack of promotion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
She did have a TV show on Sundays in TV, in where she would interview luchadores, but she didn't know the scene. She didn't know enough to make it work. So she
To
was
make
gonna
it work.
sell the ring. She was gonna sell the lease of the place, and I said, "I'll buy it from you." So I bought the ring, and I took over the lease, and we started running shows every Sunday.
Hmm.
And everything was in Spanish, right? Everything was in Spanish. Like people walk in, and everything was 100% Spanish. So
Yeah.
one thing that I noticed is even for Latinos, I'm a full 100%, you know, Mexicano coming here, and I can go to a Spanish show, but my kids, they
Hmm.
speak mostly English, even though I
Hmm.
talk to them in Spanish.
Right.
So when it comes to entertainment, Spanish entertainment is not the best for them. So I
Okay.
said, what if we keep the lucha libre concept and we just switch the language to Spanglish?
Gotcha.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So next thing you know, it starts being entertaining to a mixed crowd. We are like the Chicano version of lucha, right? We became like the Chicano version of
Yeah.
lucha. But that started drawing good enough crowd to keep the doors open.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah.
know, I started involving a mix. Before it was just all luchadores, but I started involving more American wrestlers, mixing them
Hmm.
with luchadores, and then we started taking over that. And it was a really rough first year, so it was not a nice story.
Right.
It was a beautiful story, but it was a real struggle the first year.
Yeah.
If we talk about it as a business,
Yeah.
it, it was a year that we invested a lot. We invested a lot of money,
Hmm.
but we lost a lot of money for lack of knowledge.
Right.
And I do gotta give credit to the wrestlers that were there with me, because we were all making the only way to get through it was to promote.
Was to promote. Right. Right.
So hey, we hit the streets, man, and we started promoting.
Hmm.
We started promoting. How am I gonna go to somebody and tell them like, hey, do you want to sponsor my show? Oh, you mean you? How much do you want? I want $300. For what? For you 20 people?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if a lucha show is costing you $2,000 per se, just to throw a number out there,
Mm.
if it's costing you $2,000 to put in, you're charging, at the time we were only charging $6 at the door
Right.
per person, and you're getting 30 people.
Right. It's not math. Not math. Yeah.
The math is not mathing.
Yeah.
So you gotta combine it. You gotta bring people. Once I learned really quick, brother, that once you have the crowd, you
Hmm.
have sponsors.
Yes. Yeah.
Once you have the followers, once you have the
Mhm.
crowd, once you bring people, once you know that is very valuable for businesses. Because at the end of the day, businesses are not giving away money; they're
Nope.
investing money in publicity.
Right.
But once you bring a crowd, you have something that the business needs, which is people's attention.
Right. Then you got the food vendors coming in and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's all based on people. So we hit the streets, and you know we were doing very well by the time that you joined in. We were
Yeah.
having an average of about 200 people per show.
Yeah. It was packed
Uh,
house. Packed
Yep.
house.
Remember?
Yeah.
We got really good at that, right? We got
Yeah.
really good at bringing people. On the last show at Dia de los Muertos, we did 4,000 people.
Wow.
So the day before, we did 2,000 people in Cornfest over there in Somerton, Arizona. And then our show, the Dia de los Muertos show, we did 4,000 people. That's where Penta Cero Miedo, Black Taurus, Alexander Hammerstone, and
Mhm.
we had an amazing roster. But what a lot of people don't realize that if you truly want to call it and be honest about it, and you want to call it like I'm on the wrestling business and keyword, I'm sorry to whoever might get offended, but if you really want to call it business,
Yeah.
then you have to be really, really, really strong and really good in marketing.
Right. Absolutely. And you brought in a lot of big name talented wrestlers, like superstars from C Mill, a lot of those guys. I'm looking at these guys like in awe, like, damn, he really back here with us. Wow.
Yeah. Well, Andrade, Cien Almas, with us in WWE right now, we
Yeah.
had Andrade. We were the first ones here in Phoenix to have Andrade, Cien Almas. We had we brought in a lot of names, which, it gets really pricey, but
Right.
it did happen to people support. It did happen a lot of wrestling support, a lot of wrestlers, local wrestlers, even though we bring big names, it was still the local wrestlers, the ones that held it down. And a lot of times the local wrestlers, man, the local talent is the ones that go and appreciate it, right?
Right. Right.
So I always try to take care of my local guys within my learning experience.
Right.
But it was a learning curve there. It was a learning curve of a couple of years. And then after my second year, that's when I started selling the production.
Okay.
Which we started touring. We were doing 25 cities around the United States. Lucha Libre was touring. We had the TV contract every Sunday at 12 p.m., which is where you were.
Yeah.
You were coming out on TV every Azteca America every every Sunday.
Yeah.
Chano was the one that was actually handling the wrestlers, the talent back then.
Mini
Halcón, Black Dragon. El Dragón, and
Gal,
Anarchy, which you just had in your show. Anarchy was a huge part of that learning experience and that growth.
Yes. And when I did that show him, I told him about the family environment that was backstage at Lucha Libre Boss was amazing, man. Everybody was like, we're gonna do a good show, but we're gonna take care of each other. We're gonna give them a good show. We not trying to hurt or kill each other. And it was just so much love and no egos. And I'm talking about from the superstars to the lowest of the total point, which was myself. It was nothing but love back there, man. And just to be around those guys, and I really appreciate that, man. Because I was in awe. I met WWE superstars, and a lot of them was jerks.
Yeah. No, and it all depends on the control that you have over the locker room, right?
Right.
There was a lot of wrestlers when I started that didn't agree with the way that I handled things and the rules that I set in place. Okay. And those wrestlers were out like real quick.
Yeah.
They were out real quick. It got to the point, brother, where I remember one show at La Hacienda, which is where you wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
We only had 3 wrestlers. Actually, we only had 5 wrestlers. It was Mini Halcón, Silver Star. It was Mini Halcón, Silver Star, Golden Star. I think he was Josh Carey, which I forgot, El Güero Loco, and yourself, and Chano. It was only 6 people.
Right.
And no big names, no nothing. And we didn't know what was going to happen. We were about to cancel the show because usually it takes 15 to 20 wrestlers or 12 wrestlers to put together a show.
Right.
Brother, that day we had over 200 people coming to the show to see the show. Right. And you guys went out there. Chano and Mini Halcón and them, they organized the event real good. Mm-hmm. They organized the matches real good with whatever wrestlers we had. Yeah. And we pulled through. We only had 3 matches. Most wrestling companies do like 10 matches.
Yeah.
We only had 3 matches. And people were super satisfied. Mm-hmm. We were not cheap. Our prices we were the first ones to put up the price. We were $10, $15. Right. But we got so many people because for 2 weeks straight, we were out there in the swap meet giving, I think we passed like over 3,000 flyers in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we also did. I remember us doing like a demonstration for them out there at the club
Yes.
meet. Yeah.
Yes, we did a demonstration for them over there
Mhm.
at the Phoenix Park and Swap. You know,
Mhm.
the legendary Los Perros, and
Yes.
all those people came, right? All those
Yeah.
people came. And guess what? This is where local talent needs to be given the proper recognition, because it was thanks to the local talent and to those demonstrations that we did, and to everything out there, that the people came. They
Right.
didn't come to see a big name on that occasion. There was no big name headliner.
Right.
It was just our local guys, and people came to see some lucha libre.
Right. Right. Let me ask you a question. How hard was it? Because I saw you. You know, I saw the grind. I saw what you was doing, staying busy. How hard was it for you to work with other promoters in the territory out here?
It was tough, brother. It was tough when I first got started, and I was a new guy on the block.
Hmm.
Man, it was rough, right? Like at the time, there was already a trend of promoters being very territorial.
Right.
We're talking about blood in, blood out, like gang wars.
Yeah.
Like this thing was serious. Like people don't
Yeah.
understand, man.
Yeah.
Like it was like, man, if you are working with those guys, you cannot work with us. If you're not working with us, you cannot work with them. And and promoters couldn't see each other, or
Hmm.
it was rough, man. And my beef, yeah, definitely, I got a lot of beef when I first joined from other promoters.
Right.
I had a lot of beef, and man, I went and I took advantage of the beef, and I started using it to promote.
Right.
Started using it, and then I did make myself some enemies. You need enemies, right? You
Yeah,
need
you
it.
do. You
It is
do.
wrestling.
Yeah.
It
Hey,
is
and
wrestling.
I find it interesting that like a lot of the promoters would inbox me. Hey, you come over here. I could do this for you. Leave that company alone.
Yeah.
Come over here. I'm talking about a lot, boss. But I was so dedicated and loyal to you and what you did for me. I was like, I can't come over there and wrestle with y'all, man. You tripping. I come watch the show, but I can't be a part of that. You know what I mean? And I just found it interesting. Like, damn, they really it's a beef out here.
Yeah, man. There was a couple of instances. Funny story, brother. Funny story. Poor promotion. He was and it's, you know what it is, brother. It is ignorance. It is
Yeah.
ignorance, because it's fueled by the financial strain,
Mm,
right? Like I didn't pick the time and date that we were already running shows.
right.
I
Right.
inherited Sundays at 3 p.m., but there
Right.
was two other promoters running on Sundays at 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we were beefing. Why? Because dog, because we're hurting each other at the pocket.
Exactly.
If
Exactly.
they got 25 people over there that could have come to my show,
Right.
man, they got a couple of $100 out there that could have come to my door.
Right.
And
Right.
and those, now I'm sure to pay my talent, I'm sure to cover my costs,
Mhm.
and I think it's fueled by that and by ignorance,
Right.
that we didn't know the power of working together. And
Right.
on top of it, it's people love drama. Other people,
Mhm.
starting your year, creating that drama.
Mhm.
Wrestlers themselves start creating drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Poor, which was me and him, I mean, Poor and I, Sergio de la Rosa, and I mean, we his crew and our crew were like Tres Puntos and Vatos Locos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
couldn't even see each other.
Hey, they used to hit me. That's who used to hit me up in the inbox.
and now man, and now we work together, we support each other, because we learn out of our ignorance. And
Yes,
that's all it
yes.
is, brother.
Yeah.
It was just ignorance. Of course there is some effect of your talent going here, going over there, but and asking for exclusivity at some point makes some kind of financial sense
Right.
for the show, but not for the talent.
Right.
And one thing that people need to realize, especially people in the business, is you have the promoter goals, and the talent has its own goals. The talent needs as much exposure as possible,
Right. Right.
while the promoter needs as much consistency as possible.
Correct. Right.
So that's where it comes from. And number one, I'm gonna recognize. I'm not sure if anybody else is willing to recognize it, but it was something very ignorant at the beginning. I did try to work with other promoters, and honestly, the first one that I had the most beef was the first one that was willing to work with me. And once Lucha Voz and Poor Promotion started working together, brother,
Yeah.
oh my God, we filled up the ASU gym.
Wow.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and it was thanks to, so we had a sponsor, because we're looking for sponsorships, right?
Right.
Now you're hearing the other side of the story from the talent and the luchadores. Now you're
Yeah.
hearing the drama, right? Like the company drama, the financials, organizational drama.
Right.
We had a sponsor called El Gordo Title Loans with Raul Molina. He owns the Mint dispensaries now.
Oh, wow.
You know, he owns the Mint dispensaries. There's 26 Mint dispensaries in the nation now. And he used to own the El Gordo Title Loans. Super humble guy.
Right.
And he was the one sponsoring Lucha Voz, and he was sponsoring Poor Promotions when we were like, man, we were enemies.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and he was sponsoring both. And I imagine he had a plan all along by doing that. So we created a luchador called, to his request, we created a luchador called El Gordo Title, El Gordo, you know, reflecting El Gordo Title
Yeah.
to promote him. So we had a outrage, will personify our Gordo luchador.
Okay.
And Poor Promotion had another luchador on their version, El Gordo.
Wow.
So there was two Gordo luchadores by two different wrestlers. And one day Raul Molina sits it together and is like, hey guys, he teaches us. He took away that ignorance from our head and he gave us some good business lesson. It's like, hey, I want to do a war of Voz versus Sport and see who wins and this big show. And his main point was to have El Gordo from Voz versus El Gordo from Poor.
That's a good idea.
And it worked, man. It was a
Yeah.
huge boom. Thanks to this experience, we started working together. But before that, brother, it was drama. It was a lot of wrestlers created drama to the point where, you know, one day there was like lawsuits. There was like, man, there was all these crazy things involved.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful experience. It is part of the show.
Yeah, part of the show.
Part of the experience is.
Yeah.
But believe me, by us doing that, you know, we created so much drama that brought so much business.
Yeah, because everybody was talking about it.
Because everybody was talking about it.
In that wrestling
people
community.
were like, "Ooh," you know. He said, "What?"
Yeah, yeah. Now, were you and Wayne Craig? You guys were cool, right? You guys were good, right?
Yeah, man. Wayne was a really good friend of mine. Arizona Event Center.
Yeah, that was like WWE style, man, coming out of there, man.
Yeah, that was where we probably had weekly the biggest turnout. We were having anywhere from 600 to 700 people.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, we did that for a good season. A lot of it was backed up through the sponsorships. Raul was the number one to start teaching me about sponsorship packages and start selling the entertainment. He sat me down and he was the one that taught me how to do it. And then Wayne came along and he said something very important to me. Check this out. Check how important this is.
Right.
He's like, listen, Voz, me and you, because he was working with other promoters, but they didn't have the discipline that we had.
Right.
And they wouldn't be out there promoting 5 times a week. They wouldn't be out there doing the grind that we did.
And we had rough practices. Let me just add that in.
Yeah, you know, they weren't out there training the way we did, you know.
Right.
And because marketing is not something that was for everyone. And all along, that's what I was learning. I was learning marketing.
Right.
Right. So Wayne is like, okay, we're going to do some sponsorship packages. I'm going to get you these sponsors. because he's and not to get racist or anything, but that's just the way the world works.
Right.
He's a white male,
Yeah. Mhm.
and I am a Mexican guy.
Right.
So he told me, it's like I can get to places that you probably can get, and
Right.
you can get to places
That I
where
can't.
I can get.
Absolutely.
And that's just the truth of the world. And
That
I love
is.
the guy
Yeah.
to death, and no disrespect, no,
Yeah.
it's not a negative thing,
Not at all.
not at all, not a negative thing.
Nope.
But when me and him started working together, oh my God, that's when we had that very huge, I think it was an anniversary where I think we had our first time ever 2,000 people
Yeah.
at Arizona Event Center,
Yeah.
and sponsored by Modelo. He got sponsors, and I got sponsors.
Wow. Yeah, that was a packed show, man. We had what's the beautiful lady that does the burlesque show? She
Pyra
was there.
Sutra.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
Pyra
was
Sutra.
there. We had April Pearson taking the picture. It was an amazing show, man.
Yeah, that was a legendary show, brother. It was
Yeah.
a legendary show. El Dragon was there. Bengala, Ricky Marvin, he had just come back from Japan.
Yeah.
We brought him all the way. That was when we first started working with AAA.
Mhm.
Conan, we started working with Conan on that show.
Yeah.
Then the guys from El Paso, is always supporting us.
Macau Rudo was there.
Yeah, exactly. The local guys. Never underestimate your local guys. Always
Yeah.
have a lot of love for your local guys. The ones that are busting their butt, promoting with you and everything, man, you always gotta take care of them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So from wrestling, you started to go into real estate, right?
Yes, actually. Well, check this out, brother. One thing that I didn't notice what I was doing is I was learning the power of marketing through entertainment.
Right.
I was learning the power. I had already been a DJ for 20 years. So I used DJing as a catapult for wrestling.
Nice.
And I used wrestling as a catapult for marketing
Mm.
because I learned the power of sponsorships. And it's sponsorships and charity are two total different things,
Right. Yes.
right?
Yes.
If I'm going to go and ask somebody for $1,000, what am I giving them in return? What kind of
Mhm.
exposure are they receiving in return? What is going to be their ROI, right? So it is business, right? So one of the things when there's a lot of people that hit me up and they're like, hey man, I wanna start doing wrestling shows. What do you recommend? I'm like, hey brother, the first thing you need to do is a financial plan of your show.
Yes.
A financial plan of your show, because we all hear stories of how people never get paid. I was in the situation. I was in the situation on my own ignorance before I had the amazing mentors that I had, where, man, I had to tell some wrestlers like, though, I didn't have enough money. I can't pay you.
Right.
Anarchy was one of them that I had to sell them or deposit them like a few weeks later because I didn't make enough on the show.
Right.
So check this out. And most indie promoters go through this. Whoever doesn't, they're freaking lying. People think it's easy. People think you can just put together a show and you're going to get 1,000 people.
Yeah.
No, that's not the case. It takes time to build that, right?
Right.
It takes to build it. You got to know. One of the things that really helped me out was for almost like 6-7 months, that we were having trainings, I would go and train with the wrestlers. I would train with Chano. I would train with Miniel Con whenever he was doing the training.
Mhm.
And I would just train in order to learn from the inside out. Once I went through the training, 4, 5, 6 months of training or longer, I understood wrestling more, and I was able to put together better matches.
Yes. Yeah. You was out there with us. Mhm.
That made sense.
Yeah.
Quality of the show went up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So by doing all that and going through all that, I met Somozento. They still sponsor me for now. They're still my my marketing clients. I met so many businesses that I'm still promoting up to this day, because I built a database. In Lucha Voz database, we have over 47,000 registered members.
Wow.
that
That's
we
impressive.
collected their name and number, and they signed up to our website. You go to luchavoz.com right now, you can sign up, right? And we
Right.
have more than 47,000 members.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Wow.
mean, there's a good portion of it that might not be active, right? People
Yeah.
that sign up for wrestling for a mask or raffles and all that stuff.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So what I learned through that was the power of marketing, offering
Right.
value. Now, whenever I want to put together a show, I can reach out to different businesses and I can tell them that I'm going to have a show and I'm going to have an average of this many people and I need an average of this much money if they want to advertise on my show, and they feel comfortable enough to write a check.
Right. Nice.
The power of marketing. Now, the popularity of being the Lucha DJ, of being the host of the Lucha, also got me really close in that database with people. So when I start doing real estate, when I start doing real estate was actually out of an experience of getting foreclosed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The reason I started real estate is because in 2014, 2016, 15, I forgot the exact year. You know, sour memories start fading out.
Yeah.
I had a pretty, I was doing actually pretty good in the wrestling company. I had my cybersecurity contracts. I was a cybersecurity contractor, and then I got really, really sick for a while.
Okay.
Business starts going down, money starts going down, everything, starts going financially downhill. Brother, like clockwork, 40 something days into it, I get a notice of foreclosure for my house.
Wow.
Once I get foreclosure, I got people knocking on my door. This lady comes into me, and I don't know anything about real estate. I consider myself a good educated person, but I don't really know much about real estate.
Right.
At the time. And this lady comes to my door and she says, you know what, we can help you, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Man, everything sounded good to me. Like, okay, these people are going to be able to help me. I signed the paperwork that they had. I understood it maybe 50%, maybe 40%.
Right.
And then they disappear.
Wow.
Well, you got 90 days from the, the 90 days on the dot, you know what I mean? Your house goes to foreclosure. My court date was coming up and I still had about 3 weeks left, 3.5 weeks. And guess what? I can't find a solution. So I contact more real estate people, right? I start calling them. This person says, you know what? We can help you. We can probably sell your house, avoid it going to foreclosure and this and that. I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Calls me back. Hey, man, I got bad news for you. Can't do anything with your house. Wow. Because your house is under contract. Your house has a memorandum recorded with the city. With the county. So investors and unlicensed people and all these scammers a lot of times target foreclosure people, pre-foreclosure homes. I signed a contract, which turns out that it was a purchase contract.
Wow.
To somebody that pretty much, went and recorded that in county. Then next thing you know, I thought they were going to help me. I mean, not that they lied. I just ignorance.
Yeah, you didn't understand the contract.
Not exactly, right? Yeah. So long story short, 90 days come in. They're the ones that buy the house. They ended up with a house. Lady that disappeared on me after she told me she was going to help me comes back after the house was already bought and says, hey, you have to get out. This is my house.
Damn.
I was like, well, you're going to have to kick me out because I don't have nowhere to go. She's like, I'll tell you what. I'm going to write you a $4,000 check for you to go find a rental home. And it was a Friday. You have until Monday to get out.
Wow.
I said, okay, fine. I understood that the house wasn't mine no more. I
Right.
understood that I lost. I understood that, I went into foreclosure and all this happened, and I
Yeah.
get it. So I didn't make a big deal about it because my stepdaughters at the time, and they were around, and I didn't want to make a big deal about it. So I took the check. Now imagine what it feels like to close the door, turn around, Jimmy, and tell your family, as a man,
Right.
as a provider, as a father figure, to turn around and
Mm.
tell them, familia, we have to move out by Monday because I lost the house.
Mm. Devastating.
It was devastating.
Yeah.
It was devastating. And I said, you know what? Never again. This will never happen to me again.
Right.
And I started learning more after that. I did go and get a rental. I started doing, I opened my marketing company. I kept doing wrestling shows, but my marketing company took off thanks to wrestling, thanks to the DJ supporters.
Right.
Everything started with music. Music took me to DJing. DJing took me to lucha.
Mhm.
Lucha took me to opening the marketing company, which is now one of the most successful things that I do.
Wow.
And it's part of the real estate part.
Right.
And I focus a lot not only on doing business, but on helping people through real estate with the real estate situations. And that is not the way to make business on real estate, according to a lot of people, because they want to
Yeah.
work with the most money,
Yeah.
perfect credit score,
Yeah.
or 640 credit score, 50,000 on the bank, and you're
Right.
buying $1 million house, right? That's the dream for a lot of agents. Man, I went straight into educating people about real estate, helping people fix their credit, because my credit was like a 490 after the foreclosure. I
Right.
went into bankruptcy. And I went into debt. One thing that people don't know, brother, there was a $70,000 gap between what I owed in the house and what the house was bought for.
Wow.
I didn't know until years later. I get a call from the IRS saying, you owe taxes for that gap.
For that gap.
And
Jeez.
guess what? I have bought my home as a veteran with a VA loan.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't use my VA loan anymore.
Because your credit score has to be up to par before you can use that loan.
Well, because I used it, and the VA had to literally cover, right? The VA covered the loss. It was VA guaranteed.
Right.
Now my eligibility went down to almost minimum. So I started helping people in real estate, people that need the help. And I've been criticized, brother. I've been criticized by a lot of people in the industry. Why do you concentrate on people with no money, on people like they're never gonna qualify for a house? I'm like, dude, I don't care,
Right.
I've seen people, maybe a small percentage of those that come asking for help. We helped this lady one time, 28 months, brother. 28 months we helped her. First, we helped her get her visa. We helped her get her visa. We helped her get a better job. We
Nice.
helped her build a credit score. Then we helped her son build a credit score. And all that took like close to 28 months. It was a little less, but it was close to 28 months. Once we get her pre-qualified, 3 days later, she was on the contract on her home.
Wow. There you go. So you saw a need for the disenfranchised. Everybody else threw them away, but you saw a need, a want, and you were able to come here and educate people. On
Yes.
and that's commendable, man. A lot of people wouldn't have done that.
No, man, and now thanks to a great partnership with my shout out to my boy Hector Hector Andre, a great partnership. I started, and not just in general, every agent that I've worked with has in teamed up in real estate. God has put the right people in the right time and the right place for me, brother.
That's right. There you go.
Because yes, I came in and I had all this marketing experience and lead generation experience,
Mhm.
but I didn't have that real estate experience. And there was agents that had been on the business longer than I was that stepped in, deciding to help people that other people would never help.
Wow.
It was just beautiful story, man.
Yeah, it is. The power of being an entrepreneur. Before I let you go, I don't hold people no longer than an hour. You know, people's attention span are short. What would you say to someone who's trying to get into just working for themselves? Whether it be wrestling or real estate or music, what would you tell that young entrepreneur that's watching and looking at your story right now?
Number one, it ain't the Instagram life. There's no shortcuts. It's
That's right.
all hard work, brother. It's hard work. There's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. Number two, you gotta stay disciplined.
Right.
You gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the work, and you gotta be conscious of what you're doing. Yes, a lot of people uh, don't want to be an entrepreneur
Hmm.
because of the hard work and sacrifice that it actually takes. But you
Right.
gotta do it the smart way. Find a good mentor. Find a good mentor. The best
Mhm.
businesses that you can get into and the best business knowledge is gonna be in real estate, finance, insurance. Find one of those industries and marketing. The four pillars of business that I could consider the four pillars are
Right.
those four: insurance, financials, lending, anything related to that, definitely real estate and marketing. If
Wow.
you can dominate those four areas, you're gonna do good. It doesn't matter what the flavor is.
Right.
Wrestling is just the flavor of business.
Right.
Real estate, marketing, cars,
Yeah.
music. But hey, shout out to all my people in the entertainment industry, because those are the ones that perform the best in business.
Hmm.
The ones that once had a dream
Yeah.
of being a famous DJ, and
Hmm.
were out there giving out flyers back then, or they wanted to be they wanted to make it on hip hop, and they will hit up all the local shows,
Yeah.
and they will promote, they will bring all their family. Guess those people have the drive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Those people are special, brother.
Yeah.
Musicians are special. They have a drive of becoming great entrepreneurs because they're open-minded, they're
Mhm.
willing to do the work, and
Yeah.
they're willing to believe. They're willing to take the next step of believing, which is knowing.
Yes.
They know that it's going to happen somehow.
Right. Somehow. Yep. You're right. A lot of people don't believe in themselves, scared to take a chance on anything. But you have to. If you want to succeed, you got to be willing to take that chance.
Yeah, and hey, anybody wants to talk about it, brother? Anybody needs some marketing advice, some real estate advice? They can reach out to me. I'll be more than glad. I'm not a salesman. I don't consider myself a salesman.
Right.
People tell me like, "Oh, you sell homes." I'm like, "No, I don't sell homes." Let me ask you, Jimmy. Have you ever been to court?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Would you go to court without a lawyer?
No, I would not.
Then why would you buy a house without an agent?
Exactly.
So you need me more than I need you.
Right.
And
Exactly.
people don't realize that, and agents themselves don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
That we are here to help people regardless.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if we're doing it for charity, brother.
Yeah, that's right, man. Good talk. Before I let you go, shout out with your social media handles and tell us, you got anything going on? What's coming up?
Man, we got lots of things going on all the time. We got first of all, social media. You can check out my website, imvoz.com. imvoz.com. That's my official website. Instagram, the DJ Voz. Facebook is just VOZ and Lucha Voz.
Gotcha.
We have man, we have a lot of great projects coming up. We have a lot of interviews that we've been doing online for different podcasts.
Gotcha.
We have a big shout out to our real estate team and our agents. We have the luchadores. We have the wrestling events coming up. The next one that we're supporting, poor Sergio de la Rosa, which, you know, we support him as much as we can every single show.
I still got my mask.
Yeah, brother, it's June. It's May 19th, which is bringing Cyrus from Matamoros.
Oh,
El
wow.
Dragon is gonna be here June 19th.
Okay.
For promotions, he's been pulling up some amazing shows with some amazing talent.
Gotcha.
And then we're getting ready for Dia de los Muertos, which is our biggest show of the year. We're getting ready for that. It's going to be November 2nd and November 3rd. November 2nd is in Somerton, Arizona. November 3rd is going to be here in Phoenix.
Got you. I'm going to have all of those links in the description. You want to reach out to this man, a wealth of knowledge. Again, I thank you so much, brother, for the personal things you've done for me, and I appreciate you. Welcome back here anytime, man.
No, man, anytime you need it, let me know. And thank you, everyone, for watching this. I subscribed. I sent you a link out there to everyone. I hope they subscribed. And I really wish this is going to be a huge success, my brother.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you. Until next time, man. God bless you, bro.
God bless, brother.
Yes, sir. That's my guy, man. Gave me an amazing opportunity. That was a good talk. Man, it's a blessing to know a lot of good-hearted people, and I've been very fortunate since I moved to the great state of Alabama. Somebody in Alabama talking about me, the great state of Arizona, to have met so many people, man. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out, man. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.
No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity.
Podcast.
No anonymity, no anonymity. I'm here to talk the truth and try to spread a little change. Educate your mind, you know, food for your brain. We all want change. In these dying days, the streets at rage, for the youth must pray. I ain't got time for y'all to tell me nothing. Cats be frontin', that's when you know they know nothing.